All right. So this week is about appreciation. Actually, it's the continuation from last week. There are a little bit more details that we can speak about. The first one actually is the praise versus appreciation. Anyone wants to give her own take about it? What's the difference between appreciation and praising someone?
Praise doesn't go anywhere. Appreciation connects. There's no, I don't know, there seems to me something about connection when there's appreciation involved.
And when you praising, you are not trying to connect. Like when you say "good job" on
It
this,
could be very superficial at times, I think, often, or more of a social lubricant than somebody really saying something out of concern. Sometimes you don't necessarily recognize the total implication if you're just praising somebody like a good job. You're not saying, I appreciate because you're bringing these skills to the table. That to me would go a little further than just good job, so.
all right, nice. I'm thinking about. I think I did last week something with my daughter. This is very common, that you praise your children, and I think that's what I did. Like she told me she got a very good score. No, she did some in the big break in school. She did something with a friend, and she's very introvert usually, and she did like something with a friend that was going out and doing something in public. So I was like, yeah, good, good. I'm proud of you, like this. And I think it was like in a praising way, uh, and like she told me what to be proud about, like this. For her, it was common. I told her like the big difference between a year or 2 years ago, you were shy, and now, and it's really it makes me feel happy. I was trying to do it not in a praising way, but I think I did, yeah. So any takes about that? Did you also feel yourself or caught in the situations that you think all of us are there praising somebody when we want to connect, we want to say good word, and it doesn't always work as in the book of nonviolent communication. What do you think?
I have some thoughts just about the two different approaches. I think it ties into the conditional love versus unconditional love, or in a way the difference between conditional love and unconditional love. In a way that praising is in a way conditioned to, okay, I'll give you love because you did this. Appreciation is like it's like something that comes from the inside in a way. So essentially, like we appreciate someone, we feel it deeply inside. But when we praise someone, to me, it's more of a conditioning them uh, than necessarily being unconditionally loving and accepting in a way.
Yeah, maybe it causes them to feel conditioned, like doing good job or a good girl. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think in my situation, I try to do it, and the idea is also that we are always on the path. It's like like in lesson 12, it was about slowing down when we want to go to a break, when we find ourselves in a time of argument. And it's not so easy to do. It's like when we are here in this session, but when the emotions are bursting, it's like it's also it's a task. It's like something to learn, and also give you an appreciation. It's not so easy to do as we think. Like we read about it in the course, and it sounds so natural and obvious, but probably most of us are still doing it. Yeah, so the idea is what I tried is to slow down, like it's always possible to slow down a little bit more, so we'll be able to choose the word and to feel, or even to feel and then to choose the word to express ourselves. But it's something that we have to teach ourselves to do. This is also connects with power with versus power over. What you said, the unconditional love versus the conditional love. And yeah, this and this can really be harmful, have really harmful effects. Or this is even, you can say, violent, if we say nonviolent communication. So praising somebody or is being over them as judgments are violent. And we are not trying to be violent, but every time we criticize somebody, it is letting them down. So it is violent, as I see it. And of course, we are not trying to do it, but that's the way we are right now in a society. Any more about this subject of praising? Did you also try to do it this week in your practices? Did you find it also challenging? What do you think?
I was just gonna make a comment on how like sharing appreciation is actually more vulnerable because we have to connect with ourselves and express from ourselves. And it's just riffing on what you guys are already speaking of, but praising feels almost like a superficial way of connecting because it's just complimenting somebody on the surface versus like actually tuning in deeply to ourselves and conjuring up what is, like putting into words what we actually feel and expressing that from our deeper place. And it's about us. It's about us and our expression versus praise is commenting on somebody else. It's a projection ultimately. So it's what you're saying. It's like the opposite. It's like the positive side of judgment. I'm positively judging you versus negatively judging you. So that's my comment.
Yeah, so it's a good challenge to do it, like in purpose. I actually did it in purpose with Astaria this week. I just woke up and because we spoke before, the day before, so yeah, let's give you a happy birthday. And like after we gave you the happy birthday in the private, but it was like, yeah, good day. And then I wake up and let's give you probably because I also read, the chapter, probably it was in the back of my mind. And then and then I went into, it took me some time. I went into the feelings and needs, like I had to think about it and to process it. And actually, I didn't write you because I was too tired. And then the next day I wrote you. And because I saw on Facebook that it's your birthday. So I actually don't know which day it was, which one, like it was Saturday or Sunday. But it was like when I felt into it that I want to do it, like at first I felt like, yeah, I want to do it, and then it was too much for me. And so it was nice to do it the next day. So which day was it? Saturday or Sunday?
It was Sunday. No, yeah,
Yeah.
Sunday the 19th.
Yeah, because you told me you're going to the beach on Saturday. So,
Yeah, I had 2 days of celebration.
nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, and also this is also tuning into ourselves, like when we are really attuned. I was just had a client before this session that he told me that his child said something to him and he agreed with her, although he wasn't attuned to his own feelings that he just wanted to rest. So we have to be attuned to what we want right now. What is our energy or our feelings? We can in nonverbal communication it's feelings language, but we can also tap into the energetic realm, and if we have the energy to do it, and what is the energy of ourselves right now. Right. So next subject is living with appreciation, which is really appreciating and experiencing when the needs are being met. Any comment about that? How can we live a life of appreciation?
Can you explain that a little bit more?
Like what we do this week and last week was about appreciation, and we put the focus on appreciation. But usually this is not the case. Like usually we're not into appreciation mode. So is there anything you are doing that promote appreciation to yourself, to others in your life? How do you facilitate this or initiate this?
I mean, part of it is having a gratitude practice and slowing down, so you actually know what's coming up, or that you can actually recognize the thing you want to respond to, and comment on or connect on that basis.
Yeah, so you have in your own life, you have like appreciation process or practice.
Not for cats at the moment, but I wasn't expecting that. No, yeah, I do. I try to do it before I go to sleep, and in the morning also. There's some prayers I have in the morning, and there are things that I never used to do or think about doing, and that they actually make things better. I could give myself space or slow down enough to actually start to notice, really basic things and not take them for granted.
Nice. More comments, practices you want to share that you have to facilitate appreciation in your life?
I would just similarly to Ellen, I used to have quite a devoted gratitude practice with my sister, where every day we would share a voice note with each other. And we did this for like 2 years straight. And we would share like 3 things that we were grateful for from the day. And it was profound. Like it was so uplifting, and we got to know each other better than we ever have. And it really like strengthened our relationship. And my life changed and we kind of stopped doing that, but I every once in a while will revisit this. I have in my notes on my phone, I'll take note of like the things that I'm grateful for from the day. I try to do it before I go to bed. Sometimes I miss it if I'm too tired, but yeah, it's good to just like get present too. even just the simple things like thank you for my health. Thank you for breath. Thank you for my body. Thank you for this home and yeah, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment that just like combining all of you guys' understanding. I agree with like it resonates with me also to slow down, to be able to feel the appreciation, and there's definitely a sense of vulnerability with it also, to be able to connect through appreciation with other people. And in my experience, I've had uh, moments where, like I felt so appreciative of someone, and I would express it like, thank you for being, thank you for being you, thank you for being, thank you for existing. And I always felt like this great relief, like something just lifted off my chest. Like I just wanted to, like it's like that sense of vulnerability, but also that sense of gratitude. Um, yeah. Um, and practices, definitely a gratitude journal. I've been doing it on and off, and now reflecting back, I think about doing it more consistently. So yeah, it's definitely something that creates a lot of positive reinforcement. Good way of connecting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really profound, and I do it as I wake up with my morning meditation. The first thing is in Taoist meditation, it's the inner smile, to give yourself love. This is the very famous, like to give yourself love to the heart and to the upper, to the lower part. Like it's really, and gratefulness. And this is really, as I started feeling, it's really facilitating love, like love energy. It's really profound. Also, after I do Qigong, I all the time finish with the mantra of gratitude and mantra of love, like to myself, to others, to past generations, to future generations. Like I have my own mantra that I invented, and it's really, the more I do it, it's like really initiating love, like loving energy and loving connection. But I'm taking at the end of the day. This is I'm taking from Ellen and Nastaria, like doing something at the end, also before night sleep. And I'm thinking I'm also evolving into before eating. I also have this little pose that I don't really do a pray, but it's like slowing down and appreciating the food that nurturing. So this is something also I started doing more. Yeah, and this is really profound. This is really life-changing because, as we spoke last week, usually our mind is busy with the negative stuff. Like this course is 52 weeks, and I think these are the only 2 weeks about positive thinking, let's say, about appreciation. Maybe a little bit more, but the last week maybe. But yeah, so it's even the course is divided like this. So the more we do it, and I think also we are more efficient when we slowing down. Sometimes we want to be efficient, we don't have time, but in as I understand it, the more I slow down, the more I'm more efficient. Like it just happens that also I'm connected to myself, more in a happy mode. Uh, and also I don't waste time, like I told you with this editor. Like it's really good to in with conflict. It's really good to slow down. This is like the key in doing this work, slowing down and feeling how we are feeling right now. It's really the key pivotal point here. So also in the negative and also in the positive. And the last thing that this week talked about is about receiving appreciation. And this is not so easy thing to do, or to many of us, like to be able to accept. Like usually we say, no, nothing, it's like, it's not a big deal, like this. But really being able to receive and not only to give. Like to have this cycle of giving and receiving is also very important. Yeah, but I'm learning at first, like when I started this practice to receive, I said, okay, I will receive whatever, I will say yes to what comes. But now as I told you, I'm trying to, like I got this free house a few weeks ago, which was disastrous. And yeah, like to really accept is good, but also to be aligned with what's going on. Yeah, so this is also very important. Any takes on receiving appreciation?
I would just say that it also feels vulnerable to receive appreciation and to just be present as the person is expressing themselves, knowing that it's a gift that they're giving. And so often I notice, like, sometimes when I give a compliment to someone or say something I appreciate, they're like, oh, well, I'm just your mirror. It's reflected. I am you. I am another you. And it's like, that is actually, it's like a rejection to the gift that I'm giving in the moment. And what is, what I feel is better is to just like be in silence and say, thank you. I received that. Thank you so much. And because, yeah, I think when someone's uncomfortable with receiving, it can be like a deflection, or maybe they don't believe what they're receiving, and so it's uncomfortable. I don't know, but yeah, it's another vulnerable thing to receive. Giving and receiving is, I think sometimes we're stronger in one area than the other, and ultimately we want to balance the giving and receiving, the reciprocity of energy.
Yeah. Yeah. When somebody says thank you, and I immediately say thank you. Also, like without even, yeah, good. Give it to me. Yeah, good. Any more takes before we go to practices? All right, so I think we will stop the recording now, and we will go into practices. All right.